Tuesday. Hold on, let me check this here. Okay, it's Tuesday. So you'll have to excuse me. I was up until 3 o'clock this morning. Because if you recall, yesterday I mentioned that Central did some things to really mess up my environment. And I was up all sorts of late fixing that. So now I have my nose in my other phone right now because I'm looking for a couple of things. And one of the things I'm looking for is from DT. And I apologize. I know this is like a bunch of and Phil and whatever. But I have to find it here. So I know where it is. Okay. No, and you have to see it. All right. Okay, so I'm wasting time. I'm fumbling here because I already woke up late and I'm babbling. DT, if you remember, we had to take some time to talk and think for about DT here because DT was going through some things where disability was in question, and there was some real concern. It was a worry, and we all got together. And DT reached out and let me know that they were approved for disability. And I don't know how most normal people's world works. I don't know how most normal... I think that's grammatically correct. I don't know how most normal people's world works, but that's a big deal to a lot of folks. And so we're always happy when people get things that they need, they deserve. And I've said this before, thoughts and prayers, right? They're real. They're real. And some of us are stronger than others, but thoughts and prayers are real. So we have a good thing. A second thing, and this is kind of the gist of everything that goes on here. I've mentioned this a million times. This all started because I drive a lot. And I'm in the vehicle by myself a lot. And at one point in time I was, for those of us who drive a lot, for those of us who drive solo a lot, you understand those conversations you have with that invisible human or person or entity, or might even be Alf, I don't know. But you talk to the ether. And so at one point in time, I said, hey, well, why not? And see if anyone is interested. And apparently we got a giant party going on here. Yeah, we got 1,000 people. There are 1,000 people on this ride. There are 1,000 people that are jamming out to anything from Bandmade to COC to Depeche Mode. We've got Indigo Girls going on. Shoot, we've gone the Cool Mo D route. We did LL also. But we are on this road and we are hitting every genre. Shoot, we got Dimash on there. And I will tell you, if you have never heard Dimash, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name. Get a lesson. You're not going to get popular rock songs. You're not going to even get anything hippity hoppity or R&B-ish. You're going to get a man whose voice is an instrument that has never been discovered until he showed up. But we have that going on also. And I've said this a couple of times, and I kind of mean this sincerely. Thank you. And that didn't sound sincere, but thank you. You're talking to one of those kids who was like the one that kind of sat by himself at lunch in high school. You're the one that got married, and when Kids that he knew in the past said, "Oh, wait, somebody married you? Really?" Yeah, I'm that kid. I'm the kid that if it weren't for sports, I probably would have spent most of my high school life being stuffed in lockers and stuff. So being able to have something that, quite frankly, just became a hobby. This isn't even work. I think I said it before. Every time I jump in the vehicle, I say, okay, what are we playing? I literally have a playlist queued up. Not this morning, though. Oh, that's the other thing. So this morning, today is a doctor day. So we're going to be all over the place, hitting this doctor, doing that, and all the things. So it's going to be one of those days where it's going to be busier than I want it to be. And I still have to check in with things from work because, yes, I did what I think I was supposed to do, but it's not done. I have one user that I know it's up and running. I have another one that won't be until tomorrow, and I have a third one that is remote, and I have to check in with that one. That's the toughie. That's the thing that's going to give me more gray hair today. I think most of us have that, where on your way in, you're like, okay, I got A, B, and C, and all these things. But yeah, truth of the matter is, yesterday was very hectic, kind of sucked. But we're grown. We did what we were supposed to do. We're not done. We have more to do, but we did what we're supposed to do. We wallowed through the suck because we all survived Jimmy Carter. So, hey, if we survive Jimmy Carter, we can survive anything. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But, oh, that was the other thing also. Yesterday, I queued up things based on crowds. If you watch the long videos, you'll see. We do have a COC crowd here. We do have we definitely have an Aussie crowd. We have a Bandmade crowd. We have, I'm starting to think we have a Faith No More crowd. And there is a song that a lot of people have said when it comes to Faith No More that I'm going to have to check out. I've said it before. I don't like Faith No More. But I also know that when you're human and you determine that you don't like some things, sometimes what happens is the thing you say you don't like is the one thing that leads you to something that you really like. So, Faith No More, I got to get back to them at some point. But apparently there's a crowd. I know we have a Morrissey/Smiths crowd. So, and I'm thinking now we have a Brad Paisley crowd. I tell you what, Brad Paisley is awesome. Let's start with that. But country music is tricky sometimes. Because, look, good music is good music. Doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what you're listening to. But country is funny because you have your classics that everybody knows and loves. But when you get to your popular country, and by popular, I mean more classic. I don't know what that new stuff is. I really don't. But, yeah, country can be tough. And Brad Paisley pulls the numbers. So, you know, maybe we need to put more Brad Paisley, party with more Brad Paisley here. And I'm rambling because I'm still getting my head together because I'm ready. I'm not ready. I'm going to go back to sleep. Oh, I want to go back to sleep. I'm so tired. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday and I'm tired. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, Vision of Perfect Harmony. We've talked about them before. Them and a couple of other folks that I see do have musical things going on. So I'm going to do my best Gordon Ramsay impersonation on occasion. What I'm going to do, when I dive into your channel and I see something that is tasty, that I just want to rock with. This is how Jethro Tull showed up. I'm going to go ahead and kind of bite off your ankles there and take what you've played and put it here, but I will link to it and mention, hey, this is why we're doing this. Because one of the things that has also happened is this has become that scene where everyone shows up with their own personal mixtape. Not the mixtape where I drop my new beats and all that stuff, but the mixtape you used to do back in the day where you had the cassette player and you stood it underneath the speaker for the radio and you had that just the right volume and tell your kid sister to shut up so you can record everything the right way. And then if you were good, you were able to catch the fade in, fade out from the radio station without catching too much of the song before or after. It's kind of becoming that also, and I am digging that. That's really kind of retro fun. But, it's Tuesday. I'm tired. I'm still not done. I got doctor's appointments. After the doctor appointment, I have to get back into the office. So it's oh, and I think we're supposed to get snow tonight. So we will see. But happy Tuesday. Everybody be safe out there. And yeah, I got to drag my behind up and get things done. Enjoy.